Good evening. Welcome everyone. My name is Kassandra. I'm going to take you through this 15-minute unwinding bedtime yoga stretch. This is day 16 of the evening yoga movement. If you'd like, you can just enjoy this class on its own. But if you would like to do the full 30 days, please click the link down below to sign up. It's completely free. You can also watch the day 0 video for more information about this challenge. So no props needed for this one, and we're going to start kneeling. So sitting up, I'm just going to turn around. It'll be a little bit easier to see what I'm doing here. So beginning with a little side bend, think of lengthening your tailbone down, drawing your lower belly in so there's just a little bit of core activation. You can bring your left hand to your hip, reach your right arm up, and then lean it all the way over. And it might be more comfortable for you to start sliding your left hand down your thigh. Take 2 big breaths here. Inhale all the way back up through to center, and we'll switch sides. Right hand to your hip, left arm up to the sky, and lean it over, maybe sliding your right hand down. And our affirmation for this evening's practice is, I am an open channel for creativity. I am an open channel for creativity. Come all the way back up. And this time, let's go ahead and interlace our fingers behind our lower back. Really roll your shoulders down and away from your ears. Lift your knuckles up a little bit and see if you can squeeze your shoulder blades together. At the same time, it's almost as if you're trying to get your elbows to touch. And just a little bit of a lift through your heart. This doesn't need to be overly exaggerated. Into our rabbit pose. Set your hips on your heels. You're going to bring the top of your head, so forehead first, and then roll onto the crown of your head as you reach your knuckles up and over. Internally repeating your affirmation, I am an open channel for creativity. Into your Balasana child's pose. Rest your hips over your heels. Relax your arms. And take a few breaths here. Staying in this seed child's pose, stretch your arms up overhead and come high onto your fingertips. So your elbows and your palms are lifted off the floor. Think of almost pressing your armpits down to the floor and really crawling and reaching the fingertips out. Lots of length here. Big stretch in your arms and in your shoulders. And release, and just come up to sit on your heels. I'll take a little neck release. Actually, I'll turn. It'll be easier for you to see if I'm facing you. So you can interlace again your hands behind your lower back, and maybe you want to do the other thumb on top this time. And we're going to bring our hands as close to the right hip and right side of our waist as possible. Push your left shoulder down and start to look over your right shoulder. And release, switching sides. Bring your knuckles over towards the left side of your waist. Push your right shoulder down and start to look over your left shoulder. Facing forward once more, hands and knees, tabletop pose. Palms under your shoulders, knees underneath your hips. We'll take cat and cow, but in a circular form. So rather than just dropping the belly down and curling back, We're going to trace it in big circles. Make this very intuitive. This is another way to tap into your creativity. So like you're tracing big circles with your shoulders as well as your hips. Get a really deep breath going here, like a big, deep churning. And you can reverse and go in the opposite direction. Take about one more. And coming back to neutral, downward facing dog. Walk your hands forward, tuck your toes under, and lift on up. Let's all bend our right knee a lot. See if you can keep your left leg straight and push into your left heel. Really lift your seat up high as you reach your chest, almost as if you were going to touch your right thigh and your right knee. Let's switch sides. Bend your left knee a lot, straighten your right leg, and push into your right heel. Coming back to neutral, right leg stretches up to the sky. We'll find our runner's lunge. Right foot steps forward to the top of the mat. Stay up on your fingertips or on your palms. Keep the back knee lifted off the floor. And you might just want to rock a little bit here, back and forth. Into a variation of our pyramid pose, straighten the right leg and see if you can flex your front foot as you fold on down. You can absolutely keep a bend in your front knee here. It doesn't need to be super straight. And set your right foot down, bend into both knees so your left knee is flat to the floor. Tabletop pose into your puppy pose stretch, Anahata Asana. Walk your hands forward, keep your hips up high, and fold on down. Feel the rib cage expand front to back, side to side. All the tension and tightness you've accumulated in your shoulders and your chest, just try to melt it away while you're in this pose. Start to walk your hands back in so you're in a tabletop stance once more. Palms under shoulders, knees underneath your hips. And you're going to reach your right foot back, roll to the inner edge of your right foot, and extend your right arm up to the sky. So this is like a modified side plank. We're just using it to stretch in all directions, find lots of length. And go ahead and reach your right arm along the ear so fingertips are reaching towards the front of your mat, like you're being lengthened from your right hand all the way to your right foot. Looking down to the floor, lower down, downward facing dog. We'll repeat that sequence on the second side, lifting your hips up and back. I am an open channel for creativity. Reach your left leg up to the sky. Runner's lunge, step it through. You want your feet to be about hip width distance apart or so, and maybe just rock a little bit back and forth. Inviting your right hip to soften a little more. Into our variation of that pyramid pose, flexing through that left foot, curling the toes back towards your shin. So really working the back of our left leg. See if you can square your hips off as much as possible. That is quite challenging. And we'll bend into both knees, this time coming into a wide-legged child's pose instead of a puppy pose stretch. So big toes together, knees as wide as you would like them to go. Walking your hands out and folding down. 10 breaths right here. These evening classes are such a great opportunity to reframe our day, especially if you had a challenging day, a stressful one. This is our opportunity to do something just for us, to refocus and realign our intentions, to remember what is truly important to us. And we'll come back, tabletop pose, so we can find that modified side plank stretch on the second side. So reach your left leg back, roll to the inner edge of that left foot and stretch and reach your arm up to the sky. I'm really feeling and finding lots of length here. And you can extend bicep along the ear. And roll it down, release. Rather than going into our downward dog, let's come to take a seat and we'll find a straddle pose. So opening your legs out as wide as is appropriate to you here. You want to be able to kind of tilt your pelvis forward and sit up nice and tall, so no slouching. If you feel like you're slouching and falling back, bring your legs in closer. You can also sit up on something, and we're just going to fold directly to the center. Letting gravity pull you into this one. Maybe stacking your palms underneath you or just letting your head dangle. Take 5 slow breaths. Maybe making each exhale a little bit longer. And we'll all start to make our way out. Walking your hands in, take your time. And you might need to use your hands to help the knees bend again. Taking a seat and just twist a little side to side. So left hand to your right knee, open your chest. And second side, right hand to your left knee. Left hand behind you. Coming back to center. Join your hands at your heart. I am an open channel for creativity. Let's inhale to chant Om one time. Breathing in. Om. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, Namaste. Thank you so much for practicing with me this evening. Leave me a comment and let me know how this went for you, and use the hashtag good evening so I know you're part of the evening yoga movement. I'll see you again tomorrow night. I would love for you to just take 5 minutes and do this affirmation meditation. Please do subscribe to my channel to support free yoga on the internet. You can do so just by clicking the subscribe button right here. Thank you so much, and I will see you tomorrow.